My beloved child. You are not reading these words by accident. This is not a coincidence, nor a random moment in time. No, this is a divine appointment, a sacred invitation from heaven to your heart. I, the Lord your God, have drawn you here, because I have something to say that your soul has longed to hear. I see you. I see your weariness, your hidden tears, the quiet ache that sometimes presses on your chest when no one is watching. I've seen the nights when you stare at the ceiling, asking if there's more, if your life truly matters. I am here to tell you, yes, there is more. Yes, you matter. And no, you are not alone. Long before you ever heard my name, I knew you. I formed you with care, intricately and wonderfully. You are not a mistake. You are my craftsmanship, my precious creation. And every part of you, from your thoughts to your dreams, is deeply known and fiercely loved by me. Even when others overlooked you, I never did. When your heart was broken, I was near. When you questioned your worth, I whispered truth into your spirit. When you felt forgotten, I engraved your name on my heart. Every breath you take, every tear you cry, every smile you share, I am there. You are not here by chance. You've wondered, why me? Why this moment? Because now is the time I've chosen to remind you of your divine value. I want to gently illuminate the corners of your heart that have grown dim. I want to breathe hope into the places that have felt numb. I want to awaken the truth in you that has been buried under fear and regret. You are still part of my plan. Nothing you've done has disqualified you. Not your past, not your struggles, not even the doubts you've wrestled with in the dark. My grace doesn't run out. My love doesn't fade. My arms are open, always. Child, you have significance, not because of your accomplishments or your status, but because I made you and called you mine. In a world that demands you prove yourself, I offer you rest. In a culture that chases fame and validation, I give you the gift of identity, anchored in who I say you are. So breathe. Be still. Let my peace steady your soul. Let my voice rise above the noise. And let this truth sink deep into your spirit. You are not here by chance. You are here because I love you. As you sit with these words, I want you to realize something sacred. I have been with you all along. From your very first breath to this present moment, I've walked beside you, through every valley, across every mountaintop, and even in the spaces where you felt most alone. I remember the nights you curled up in silence, wondering if anyone saw your pain. I did. I heard your heart speak in ways words could never express. When you felt invisible to the world, I was drawing near. When the weight of life pressed so heavily that you couldn't lift your eyes, I was already lifting your spirit. Not even for a second have I left your side. There is no moment too ordinary or too broken for me. I am not distant or unreachable. I dwell not just in heavenly places, but right there, in the midst of your reality, in the quiet moments, and in the cluttered chaos. I walk through your ordinary days, I sit with you in traffic, I whisper comfort during sleepless nights, and I rejoice in your smallest victories. Even when you didn't feel me, I was there. Even when doubt clouded your vision, I remained constant. You see, I do not measure love the way the world does. My love is not earned. It isn't based on how strong you are or how perfect you appear. I love you because I chose you, freely, eternally, and without hesitation. Nothing you faced, no failure, no disappointment, no unanswered prayer has ever pushed me away. In fact, those were the moments I held you tighter. I know what you carry. The burdens, the responsibilities, the expectations, both spoken and silent, can feel crushing at times. But child, you were never meant to carry all of it on your own. I created you for relationship, not for self-sufficiency. It's okay to need me. In fact, it's beautiful when you do. Because when you bring your weakness to me, I meet you with my strength. When you bring your questions, I answer with peace. Take a deep breath, beloved. Let go of what you were never meant to hold alone. Come to me in your weariness, not as someone trying to prove their worth, but as someone already loved beyond measure. My arms are wide open, not to judge you, but to embrace you. Let that image stay with you, a love so wide, so deep, so safe, that it shelters you from every storm. There's no shame here. Only grace. There's no rejection. Only welcome. Let my presence become your hiding place, your sanctuary when the world grows loud, your refuge when your thoughts become too heavy. You don't have to strive to be near me. I'm already close. You just have to turn your heart in my direction, and I'll meet you there, every time. This is not a performance. It's a relationship. And I, your heavenly Father, am in it for the long haul. Through it all. With you. Even now. Now that your heart is resting in my presence, I want to remind you of something precious. I am a God of restoration. I do not merely mend what's broken, I make all things new. What you thought was wasted, I will redeem. What you believed was too far gone, I will revive. I've seen the pieces scattered across your story, the dreams that never bloomed, the relationships that slipped through your fingers, the hope that once burned bright but slowly dimmed. You've wondered if you would ever get back what was taken, or if the silence meant it was all over. Let me whisper this into your spirit: nothing is too broken for me. I specialize in beginnings, especially the kind that rise from ashes. I see the ashes of grief, the fragments of trust, the remains of years marked by waiting. I see the prayers you whispered when no one else could hear. And I want you to know. I've been collecting each one like treasure. They are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. You've walked through seasons that felt like drought. You've pressed forward even when the ground beneath you felt uncertain. But even in those barren places, I've been planting seeds. Seeds of faith. Seeds of endurance. Seeds of beauty yet to bloom. You didn't see it, but I was working beneath the surface. And now, beloved, it's time to believe again. Lift your eyes from what once was and begin to look ahead, not with fear, but with expectancy. I am the God who restores years lost to sorrow. I bring beauty out of disappointment. I can turn mourning into songs of joy, and pain into pathways of purpose. Your scars don't disqualify you, they qualify you to show others what my grace looks like. Let me heal what hurts. There are memories that still sting, words that echo in your mind, and wounds that reopen when least expected. I know. But I am not asking you to ignore them. I am asking you to give them to me. Let me apply my healing touch, not a temporary fix, but a lasting restoration that begins deep within and changes everything. I want to give you joy again, not the fleeting kind that fades with circumstances, but a joy rooted in knowing you are deeply loved, always seen, and eternally held. I want you to wake each morning not in dread, but with renewed courage. With the kind of peace that whispers, God is still with me. You haven't missed your chance. You haven't strayed too far. You are not too late. The story I am writing through your life is still unfolding, and the next chapter is laced with hope. It may not look like you imagined, but it will be more beautiful than you dreamed. So hold on. Not to fear, but to me. Let hope rise again, not because everything is perfect, but because I am perfect in everything. And I am holding your heart in hands that have never let you go. Now that hope has begun to take root again in your heart, I want to remind you of something sacred: you were born with a purpose. Before time itself began, I dreamed of you. I designed your life with intention, detail, and love. You are not an afterthought. You were not created to simply survive. You were meant to shine with the light I placed within you. You've questioned whether you still have something to offer. You've wondered if the detours, the heartbreak, the delays somehow disqualified you. But I want you to hear this clearly. Nothing about your journey has surprised me. I knew the twists and turns. I saw the doors that would close and the tears you would cry when they did. And still, I called you. Still, I entrusted you with a mission only you can fulfill. You are not forgotten. You are chosen. I have planted gifts within your spirit that are waiting to bloom in their season. You carry insight, compassion, strength, and resilience not by accident, but because they are essential to the path I've carved for you. Even the battles you've fought, especially the ones in secret, have prepared you to walk with boldness and grace. You are not behind. You are being prepared. I see how the world measures worth, status, applause, performance. But I do not operate by that standard. I look at the heart. I look at how you love, how you keep going when it's hard, how you stay kind when the world grows cold. These things matter more than you know. They echo into eternity. Do not compare your path with another's. What I'm doing in you is unique, holy, and handcrafted. Stop staring at their race. Look at the road I've set before you. It is lined with favor. It is marked with opportunities tailor-made for your soul. I have not called you to be like them. I have called you to be fully you, rooted in me. So walk with courage. Speak with authority. Live with expectation. Even if no one else sees the seeds I've placed inside of you, I do. And I will bring them to harvest. I am watering them with every moment you spend in my presence. I am nurturing them when you choose peace over panic, trust over fear, love over bitterness. You may not feel it, but you are growing. Every day. You are making progress. You are not stuck. Not overlooked. Not abandoned. I am clearing the path before you and lighting it with clarity and purpose. You may not have all the answers yet, but you have me. And that is enough. This season you're stepping into. It's not random. It's a turning point. A divine shift. The ground beneath your feet is being prepared for new things. New connections. New strength. New assignments that align with the deepest longings of your soul. Let your heart lean forward in trust. I am leading you where peace flows like a river and joy is not stolen by circumstance. I am not just restoring what was lost, I am expanding what is to come. Be expectant. Because I, the Lord your God, am not finished. Not with you. Not with your purpose. Not with the beautiful story I'm still writing, through your life. Now that you've remembered your purpose, I want to leave you with something even more foundational, my constant presence. You may forget many things, but never forget this, I am with you. Always. Not occasionally. Not only when you feel strong or worthy. But in every breath, every moment, every step, you are never alone. You've carried burdens long enough, wondering if you were seen, if your voice reached my ears, if your faith still held meaning in a world that feels chaotic. I want to answer all those doubts with one powerful truth: I have never taken my eyes off you. Not once. Even when your hands trembled, mine held steady. Even when your strength gave out, I carried you forward. Even in the silence, I was speaking. My presence doesn't fade with your emotions. It does not retreat in your confusion or frustration. I am unwavering. My love is not fragile. It isn't deterred by the questions you ask or the tears you hide. I am not disappointed in your humanity, I'm here to meet you in it. When you feel like you don't know the way forward, remember, I am the way. I don't just point you toward peace, I am your peace. I don't merely offer direction, I walk the path with you, guiding every decision with my wisdom and grace. Let me be your compass. When the world pulls you in every direction, come back to my stillness. In that sacred space, I will remind you who you are, my child, deeply loved, never forsaken. You've wondered if you're truly ready to live this life of faith. Here is my answer: you are. Not because you have it all together, but because I am the one going with you. I will equip you as you move. I will strengthen your spirit when you're weak. I will give you words when you don't know what to say, peace when your heart begins to race, and courage when you feel small. All I ask is that you say yes. Not to perfection, but to partnership. Let me shape your days, your thoughts, your dreams. Let me be part of the seemingly ordinary so I can reveal the extraordinary hidden within it. And when fear tries to rise again, as it will, don't fight it alone. Bring it to me. Name it out loud and then hand it over. I have already overcome it. I have already made a way. Lift your eyes, dear one. See the future I've prepared for you. It is full of meaning, full of encounters with my goodness, full of blessings you never thought possible. You don't have to strive for my approval, you already have it. You don't need to earn my presence, it's yours forever. This is your time to live fully alive. To speak life into others. To love without holding back. To pray bold prayers. To rise up, not in your own strength, but in mine. The world needs what I've placed inside of you, not someday, but now. And as you walk forward, remember this final truth: you are covered. You are seen. You are called. And you are never walking alone. I'm with you, in the morning sun, in the long nights, in the quiet in-between. My spirit goes before you, walks beside you, and remains within you. So take the step. You're ready. And I'm already there.